In the heart of the American Midwest, where the rolling hills meet the vast, open skies, there lived a Great Dane of considerable repute. He was known as King, a name that carried a certain nobility which was fitting, for he bore himself with an air that was almost regal. His coat, a tapestry of black and white, shone under the sun as he patrolled the boundaries of the old Henderson homestead, a sentinel in his own right. The Hendersons were a family of modest means but rich in love. Tom, the patriarch, a man whose hands were as rough as the land he tilled, had brought King home as nothing more than a gangly pup that could barely keep his own limbs in check. Beside him stood his wife, Anne, with a smile as warm as the sun, and their two children, Ellie and little Sam, whose laughter filled the air as they played chase with the clumsy Dane. As time passed, King grew, not just in size, but in the hearts of those who beheld him. He became an unspoken guardian to Ellie and Sam, his deep barks a herald of safety, echoing across the fields. A gentle giant, whose presence alone was enough to dissuade any unwelcome wildlife from venturing too close to the Henderson homestead. But it wasn't his size that made King a central figure in the family tapestry. It was his staunch loyalty, his profound sense of understanding, that stitched him into the very fabric of their lives. It was as if he knew when Tom worried over the fall harvest, sitting by his side, a silent companion beneath the porch's creaking swing. Or when Anne would be toiling away in the kitchen, he'd nudge his snout under her hand for a brief moment of distraction, a reminder to pause and breathe. Then there was a winter, harsher than the Hendersons had known before. The kind of winter that seemed to creep into the bones of the house and the people within it. It was during this biting cold that Sam, with his youthful excitement, ventured further than wisdom would advise, lured by the adventure that only a blanket of snow could promise. As the day stretched thin, and the light began to wane, a thread of worry was woven into the fabric of the family. Sam had not returned. The snow, a once enchanting spectacle, now seemed a treacherous shroud, and the Hendersons were afraid with fear. It was King who acted, his instinct sharpening his resolve. With a determined bark, he bounded into the thickening veil of snow, his frame a black and white contrast against the pure world he navigated. For hours, King searched, his breath creating misty clouds in the frosty air, his paws growing numb. Yet undeterred, he continued, driven by an unspoken promise to the family that had become his own. At last, his keen ears caught the faintest of sounds, a whimper, defeated by the wind. Following the sound with an unyielding determination, King found Sam, huddled beneath an old oak, his small body shivering, lost and alone. With no hesitation, King lay beside the boy, his massive form providing warmth and shelter. He rested his head on Sam's lap, offering what comfort he could as the boy clung to him. And there they remained, an island of warmth in the cold, until the beams of a flashlight cut through the darkness, and the voice of Tom Henderson called out in desperation. The relief was palpable as Tom and Ann enveloped their son in their arms, with Ellie close by, her tears a mixture of fear and joy. And amidst it all stood King, his breath visible in the cold night, a stoic figure, his role as protector fulfilled. The Hendersons returned home, a family complete once more. The warmth of the house seemed to embrace them all, a stark contrast to the cold they had endured. And as they settled by the fire, King took his place among them, his body sprawled across the floor, a bridge connecting each member of the family. In the days that followed, as the snow melted and the fear faded into memory, the story of King's loyalty spread through the town, a heart-warming tale of a Great Dane whose courage and love for his family knew no bounds. He became more than a pet. He was a symbol of solid devotion, a reminder of the enduring bonds that families hold dear. And so, the Great Dane named King lived on in the hearts of the Hendersons and the community that held them close. His story, a timeless narrative, was passed down, a testament to the fact that sometimes family extends beyond blood to the quiet guardians that watch over us, offering safety, companionship, and unconditional love.